Happy New Year 2026 and welcome to Chanza Lifestyle Knowledge Series, the very first episode of the year, and we're excited to have you. And the conversation is coming to you live and direct from our showhouse right here at Emayian Residences here in Rongai, showhouse that you actually need to visit. So as we're starting off the year, it's important for us to have a conversation on goals, and not just setting any type of goals, but setting financial goals that actually work. I'm not talking about those goals that you end up in February, then if you stretch it a little bit, you end up in March, then all of a sudden those goals just fade away. I'm talking about the goals that actually work. And who best than to have this conversation other than a very seasoned guest right here at Chanza Lifestyle Knowledge Series. He's none other than a professional, experienced finance and money educator. I'm talking about none other than the gentleman himself, Waithaka Gatumia. Waithaka.
How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Mzuri.
Happy New Year.
Glad to be back.
Glad to be back.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Last time we were having this conversation, we were at a high space.
Yes.
Today we are literally in our show house.
Looks good.
Looks good, right?
Yeah.
Do you think
I was enjoying the space prior.
You're enjoying the space, Brad?
Mm-hmm.
Listening to the intro as you are
That's right.
feeling the ambience.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we can call this place an open plan anymore?
Well, to some extent it's off plan. At least there's a building now. But and it ties in really well, as I said earlier when we were talking.
Yeah.
It ties in really well with the idea of goal setting around finances.
Yeah.
Because as you said, many months ago when we spoke last,
Yes.
there was nothing. You know what I mean? It
True.
was an empty
True.
space. And I've
Space,
invested in off-plan properties before.
Yeah.
And you just go to a field and they tell you here, 7 stories up there will be something happening, and you have to believe it.
Yeah.
And then you start making small moves towards it. So you set a goal, and then it's the small moves that get you towards that. So I think this is a good example.
Yeah.
There was nothing, but now look at this.
Look at
this.
this.
Looks amazing.
We're already at we've hit 5th floor. So
Wow.
we're continuing. Probably by April we're going to be done 100%.
Oh, perfect.
So just officially to start us off the conversation, Waithaka, for the few people who are yet to know who you are,
Yes.
please, Waithaka, tell us a little bit about Waithaka.
I love to talk about money,
Uh-huh.
whether it is as an individual or as a business owner.
Yeah.
I think we have a knowledge gap, and that's the gap that I'm working on trying to fill.
Yeah.
For the last 10 years of my life, I've been in the financial literacy and entrepreneurship education space. And that's been across Africa, actually across the world, because now when we do virtual sessions, I've had classes with people on pretty much every continent on Earth except Antarctica. So that's where there's no one else. So people,
Hopefully soon you will.
yes, from the far east to the far west.
Uh-huh.
And so financial literacy and entrepreneurship education is what I do.
Yeah.
And it was a great honor last year at the Abujani conference at the end of the year. I was actually awarded the best financial educator in 2025. So I was really happy about that.
Well deserved for sure. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Waithaka,
Yes.
talking about money, I think mindset is one of the most important things when it comes to money.
Yeah.
And we often have this notion in this joke that community X has a money mindset. And to some people it can be a good or a bad thing.
Yeah.
But just to take it down, what do you think a money mindset? How would you describe a money mindset?
I think that's too broad.
Yeah.
I think what you're describing is culture. And culture comes from practice, and that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
To continually practice certain things around your money
Yeah.
that bring success.
Yeah.
So when you talk about culture, most people think, cultural dances, your language, and all those things. But those are just practices.
Yeah.
The language that you speak is a practice. If you don't practice it, it's not there.
Yeah.
Dances are practice. If you don't do it, it's not there. So when you talk about communities that have a good money culture or are centered around money, because they practice.
They practice, yeah.
So you think about the Asian community, for example, anywhere around the world. We talk about Southeast Asia, Southern Asia. I think like you talk about Indians specifically from India. Anywhere around the world you go,
Yes.
they'll be involved in some business. Why? It is culture. It is practice. My uncle started a business. My auntie started a business. My grandfather was in a business. And so business is part of their community culture.
Yeah.
So when you talk about a money mindset, it is coming out of the practices that people do. So here are some things to question yourself. Do you think deeply about where your money goes?
Yeah.
Do you think deeply about where your money is coming from? Do you plan? That's now how you begin to develop that money mindset for growth. Because then you're actually actively involved. You're not waiting for the world to happen to you. You are having an effect on the world around you, specifically around money. So it is the practices that become more important.
Practices that become more important.
Yeah.
So I'm keen and interested to know, from your extensive experience, how's the money culture specifically in Kenya?
Much better now. People are thinking about it.
Yeah.
Investments continue to increase, not just in Kenya but across Africa.
Yeah.
The banking industry continues to grow. Think about mobile money transfer systems that are embedded, especially here in Kenya, and they continue to be embedded and growing in the East African region.
Yeah.
There is growth.
Yeah.
And so that's what's exciting me. Because I get seen in a lot of these kind of podcasts and things like that, and the media. People know you, they'll see you on the street and say, hey, you're the money guy. And they'll have some knowledge around what they're doing. So financial literacy is growing on the continent of Africa, but we are still far from it.
Yeah.
We're not at the level that we should be.
From a scale of 0 to 100.
Wow, you're asking me too hard. It really depends.
Yeah.
I think there are those who spend the time and take time to listen to podcasts like this, videos like this, who are highly financially literate. And then there are those who are not. And so what we're trying to do is raise the overall level of education here. But I'm excited that it is growing. Think about it. So we are in a building project, for example, that was off plan. Now, as you can see, there's actually a building that's in place.
Yeah.
This would not have been possible many years ago. Why? Because no one, I'm buying something that I can't see. I'm trusting with your money. No. Yeah. So the fact that you're able to see that my money will be used for the growth and the development of this property means that people are more financially literate and they're willing to pay the price early in order to get a return in future. So that's a positive.
That's a positive thing. So statistically, it's actually said that majority of financial goals, especially when people start them at the beginning of the year, we're in January right now, but it's got like a shelf life of about 3 months. Yeah. So by the time we're hitting March, the financial goals have just evaporated. What do you think are some of those mistakes that lead to many people having unsuccessful financial goals?
I was just listening to a podcast from an interview of James Clear, who's the writer of Atomic Habits. I don't know if I highly recommend that book, Atomic Habits. And he was just talking about it, and he was saying, why are goals not that important? So I know we're talking about financial goals.
Financial goals,
But he was saying, the goal is away from us. It's far away. It's not present. So the goal is good for orienting us. What does that mean? It gives us direction.
Yeah.
So I'm heading that way. My goal, like I was coming here to Rongai, I was leaving Nairobi and I was saying, okay, which road am I going to take? So the goal was to get to Rongai.
Yes.
But I now needed to make choices on which road to use. Which turn am I going to take? Am I going to leave at a certain time so that I get here on time? So the goal orients you, but it's not, it is in and of itself doesn't bring about the result. It is the daily, weekly, monthly actions that you repeat that cause you to get closer to that goal. So we need now to say, yes, I have a goal. I want financial freedom, whatever that means to you. For me, I have my own definition of what that means. Or I want to be in a better place than I am. Yeah. Define it. That's a good thing. Define it so it's out there in front of you. Yeah. Then now, leave it because you're not there. Come back and say, okay, what actions today are likely to get me to that goal? And then you focus more on the actions now, not on the goal. So the goal simply puts you in the right road, in the right direction. then it is what changes people's lives is the small day-to-day actions. That you're not just a goal. You see, even you hear that word, goal-oriented.
Yeah.
So goal-oriented means that the goal has given you direction. But you need to become the kind of person who is wealthy. A wealthy person, for example. Is now, I told you I'm just stealing from James Clear. Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
A wealthy person does not waste their money. They save and invest.
True.
So, even if you are not wealthy today, you start being wealthy by saving and investing today. It is the actions that are repeated that get you there.
That are repeated.
I needed to hear that in this January because you know when you're going to the gym and you're working out, you're not there yet.
Yes.
You know you work for a whole 2 hours. Like
2
this
hours.
morning, you're there working. Then you go and you go to and you look at yourself in the mirror. You look exactly
in 20 minutes.
You can even do that for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Look exactly the same.
Yeah.
But if you follow now bodybuilders, they do exactly the same thing. They just have done it for longer than you have, with more discipline than you have. It's the same thing. Those habits are what are going to get you to that, to the eventual goal. So the goal is good for orientation, but then you must translate those goals into daily, in fact, even minute by minute actions that you can take. That will make you that person.
You've talked about habits, and I was reading a very interesting statistic today. It said that people usually think that 21 days of a consistent repetition of a habit leads to a behavior. But scientists actually say that it's 61 days of repeated consistent habits that lead to a behavior.
Were we listening to the same thing?
Probably.
Okay,
Probably. But most people usually find it extremely difficult to keep the focus on one particular habit. What do you think are some of those strategies that you can tell people, especially when it comes to matters to do with financial habits?
So, again, habits, so the research that you're talking about, again, I was listening to in that same podcast I was listening to as I was coming. So James Clear was talking about it, that the fact that the research that came up with that 61 days said that's the average.
That's the
so
average.
There are some habits that you can do in like 2 days. The habit of just drinking water. And then you'll be like, okay, every time I wake up, I get a glass of water and drink. If you do that for a couple of days, it's a habit. Now you know. But the habit now of paying attention and building and using a budget every month may take you 2 years. Okay, so stop focusing on the amount of time. A habit is based on the actions that you are taking.
The actions that you're taking.
So here's what it is.
Yeah.
You want to build wealth. Practice this every month. When money comes in, save and invest first. It's a principle that was brought, I believe, in what was the book? I think it's, what is it called? The Richest Man in Babylon.
Or Richest Man in Babylon,
But there are other books that have talked about it over and over again. Where it is the idea of pay yourself first. Make it that any money that comes, some of it you save, some of it you invest. So that the habit happens at the beginning. When I receive cash, before I go for sherehe, before I pay my rent, before I pay for everything else that's going on, the habit is take some of that money, put it aside as a saving, put it aside as an investment. Then you live your life with what else is left. If this is what tends to happen. I've been doing this, I told you, 10 years. Every class that guys get shocked. Because people come in, then they say, okay, now see, I've been paid. So let's look at where our money goes. So I was paid. In fact, by the time I'm paid, money has already left.
True.
Where has it gone? The government has taken some.
Oh yes.
Then I had loans. Then what else? Then now there's expenses. There's someone expecting rent, food, school fees, all those things. So if I wait until the end that I've paid all those things down to the last, there's nothing left.
True.
So the only way to shift that mindset is to say, okay, when the money comes, before I pay anybody else, I pay myself. Now, it sounds almost selfish,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. If you are in a bad financial position, can you be able to help somebody else who's in a bad financial position? No. So in fact, as you save and invest, you become a better giver. You become more productive in the economy. So it's not selfish. If you're good, you're in a better position, then you can give more. So it starts with that one. You were talking about financial habits and goals and everything you're talking. Here's your goal for 2026.
Pay yourself.
Any money that comes.
Save.
First thing, save and invest. Then pay your rent. Then pay school fees. Then pay all the other things. The only problem with that equation is that for some of us, if we practice that habit and we save and invest, there is not enough money for all the other things.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. And even before you answer that, is save and invest what you meant by pay yourself?
Yes. Paying yourself first is to save and invest.
Yeah.
Because anything else that we're talking about is paying someone else. Think about it. Tomorrow is Friday.
Yes.
See, guys are going out. I'm going to pay myself. Have a nice time.
Oh, yes.
No, but when you go to the club, do they pay you, or you're paying them to go into that club?
My crew is actually laughing.
Yeah, when you go to the club, where's the money? Which way is it flowing? The money is coming out of your pocket. Now, I'm not against people going out and enjoying themselves. Please go, enjoy yourself. But please understand, you're not paying yourself. You're paying other people. Go, enjoy yourself. So the thing is, what I was trying to say is, if you find after you have paid yourself, you saved and invest, there's not enough money left for all the other things.
So what happens?
It means now you are living beyond your means. Your life is too expensive for you and it is unsustainable. Wow. So it means if you save and invest and there's not enough money to pay rent, school fees, all these other things, maybe your rent is too high, Israel.
Yes.
And if you're paying too much rent, see you move to Rongai.
You come to Emayian.
Yes. If the school fees is too much, then maybe you might think, okay, are they in that school because it's that school or because it's a great school? Now, can I give you two perspectives?
Please do.
I remember very, very early on when I was doing this work, I attended an event where Caroline Mutoko was speaking, and she had gone through a program on personal finance. And she said this: I was not going to shrink my lifestyle. So my resolve was, I realize I am living beyond my means. I am not going to reduce my lifestyle. I am going to increase my income.
I am not going to reduce my lifestyle. I am going to increase my income.
So if you realize, I save and invest now, there's not enough money, you can either reduce your lifestyle or you say, how do I get more money?
How do I build wealth?
Not even wealth. I'm saying now income.
Increase of income.
So like for Caroline at that time, that's when she started doing a lot more of the her online work. She started doing a lot more of the event hosting and things like that. That just means there's more cash coming in. So she's able to save and invest and live the lifestyle that she wants.
Just to kind of like go through a couple of the things that we've talked about, because to be honest, this is now a masterclass on finance. So probably for somebody who's watching, I think one of the things that you need to do now to set up as your very first financial 2026 goal would be to save and invest. In short, pay yourself
first. And so, people get... So same thing, you're looking at what we'd call a compounding curve. So it looks like it's a sliding curve like this. So when you're starting your investments, day by day, it looks like nothing is happening.
True.
So you feel like, I've saved. Nothing is happening. It doesn't look like there's much. The result of compounding returns tends to happen towards the end. Where now, you can see the curve is starting almost flat, but at the end it's almost vertical, which means you're doubling your money at a higher rate than you are at the beginning. But it has to start with those small steps. It has to start there. So people get too caught up in thinking, to save and invest, I need a lot of money.
Yes.
Hey, if I'm going to invest, I need 100K.
For
So
sure.
that's, now I'm an investor when I'm at 100K. No. You're an investor when you start. So we're trying to teach even like our kids.
Yeah.
5 bob. Put 5 shillings in that piggy bank.
Yeah.
Because if you do 5 bob every day, by the end of that year, you have a few thousand shillings.
True.
It's that. And for kids who are like below the age of 10, if they did that every day of their life, by the time they are our age, hundreds of thousands of shillings.
Yes.
So it is the small habits. Don't worry about how much it is.
Yeah.
It is the practice that is even more important. That habit of money comes in, I save some.
Yeah.
Because even this is the thing. Even as guys increase their income, if you don't have the habit, you can be in the same position earning a lot more money. Why? Because money comes in, it simply goes out.
Yeah.
So you need to be at the point at which I'm making 100,000 shillings, I am saving.
Yes.
I make 1 million, I still save and invest. I'm making 10,000, I save and invest.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who's listening to this, because we saw it at all levels.
Yeah.
So I can give you 2 examples.
Yes.
So I always give this example of our house help because she's a lovely lady, and you have to discuss with everybody in your life. You have to have.
I'm keen to know you always give this example of your house. How long have you been?
Yeah, she's been with us as long as we've had our kids.
Wow.
So, but I gave it last time. Hopefully, people will hear it one more time.
Yes.
This lady, we pay her more than minimum wage, but it's not a huge thing.
Yeah.
But she was unaware of her spending. She's a kind person, so she buys sweets and things for my children and bring them to the house, which I think is very kind. I'm not telling her to stop, but she was not aware how much she was spending on that. But the one that really caught us was her skiza tunes. A lady had like 5 skiza tunes on her phone. Every time you call her, it's a new song.
It's a new song.
And you're just wondering, how? That means that you're spending like 70 shillings a week on entertaining us. I'm not against skiza tunes. I love skiza tunes.
Yeah.
It has made our music industry really grow and creative industry grow. So please use them. But don't use them without knowing. She didn't know.
Yeah.
That was the problem. So I told her, have a skiza tune. But when you introduce a new one, delete the old one, get a new one and keep adding. Those small things where money leaks from your pocket, Israel, is where the difference happens. And you see, people want a complex answer. It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be. There's a secret. You know? Where did these people all get this money? There's a secret. It is no secret.
There's no secret.
It is consistently working on that saving and investing over time, and it grows. Same thing with your business, consistently working on the profitability, and it grows. No secrets.
You've talked about something pretty important, tracking of your expenses, tracking of the leaks.
Yeah.
How does that look like? Are there applications for that? How does that look like, co-ground?
Yes. But again, people like to be as complicated as possible. There must be a secret app on your phone that you can use. There's no secret apps.
Yes.
The issue is to know where your money goes. So if you can get an app on your phone, track your expenses, that's useful. Yeah. But even if you just use a notebook, some people just carry a note and pen and just note.
Yeah.
I have never been able to track my expenses like for a year. That's too much for me.
Whoa.
So I usually recommend for people do it for like a month every year. So select a month. Most of the time not December or January, because those 2 months are not real months. They're fake months. You don't know where they come from.
Yes.
So pick like August or whatever it is, and decide which month it is that you will write down everything you spend. Because when you see it, then you are able to make decisions on what you're talking about from there.
Tracking expenses, paying yourself first, saving and investments. Yeah. Let's talk about building wealth, Kidogo, and also the foundations of building wealth, because this is a conversation that's, just as you said when we were starting off the conversation about Kenya specifically really growing in matters to do with finance literacy. Yeah. I think building wealth is also a huge and an important conversation. And this is a question that I know you are always getting from most people.
Yes.
With regards to the investment landscape and also how it's looking like with regards to also the different asset classes for investment, what do you think you would advise people to probably be on the lookout for when it comes to investing?
So here's where goals come.
Yes.
You have to know what wealth means to you. Define it. Because if you don't know what it is, then you have no direction. You're just doing whatever comes your way.
Yeah.
Let's give it direction. Wealth, like for me, is if you have sufficient assets that your assets can sustain your lifestyle. That's how I think about it. So if I have an income, let's say today my lifestyle is, let's say 100,000 shillings, okay? If I have assets that pay me 100,000 shillings, whether I work or not, I think I've achieved wealth or financial freedom.
Yes.
Because I've defined wealth as being lifestyle of 100K.
Yes.
Okay? But for you, it might be different. So for you, define what you want. This is where goals now come. If my goal is to live the lifestyle of 100,000 shillings every month, then what assets would I need to own that can pay me 100,000 every month? If I can achieve that, I am now wealthy. So let's start thinking. What are those assets that are there? First of all, I don't have them. No problem. So where do we start? You start small. The same thing. Where can I be putting aside small amounts of money over time that will grow to get to my goal? And that's the practice. Because most people think about the investment strategy as they're saying, I'm going to buy shares on the stock market. So they go, they save up, they get 100,000 or 50,000, whatever amount of money it is, then they buy shares. Now I have shares of KCB Bank, for example. Now they start looking at the shares of KCB, waiting for them to magically become more than what they are. It's not about buying and holding. It is about 5, 6, 7 years. You continue to buy if you believe that that is a good company. Because what you're doing is building up the size of your assets. The wonderful thing about an investment in real estate like this, where we're talking about off-plan, is you're saying the thing doesn't exist. I'm going to be putting aside a small amount, not the full amount upfront, a small amount that in a few months, years, will become the thing that I want. That is the journey to wealth creation that we're talking about. But you have to start off now, as you said, with the goal of the assets, the size of assets that will be able to sustain your life. Now, that's where people now also don't have. And this is where, here's where mathematics works. You have to say to yourself, if I'm going to earn 100,000, I want 100,000 shillings of cash flow to me. What size of assets do I need that pay me 100,000? That's it. So here's now how you start thinking. Okay, if it is real estate, in Kenya, real estate is going to earn you about 5% of its value. Remove all costs, remove all issues of tenancy and all those things. You come down to about 5. As I said, on average. Now, when you say average 5, so there's some people who are earning less, there's some people who are earning more than 5%. So let's say on average it's 5%. So if I need 100K per month, then it means my investment will be close to about 20 million shillings. If it is real estate. Okay? Because real estate is earning me 5%. If I put my investment in other assets, like government bonds or other things that maybe are earning a higher rate, like double that amount, 10 to 15%, then the amount that I need is smaller. So, because my aim is 100,000 every month, then I say, what size of assets will pay me that? So if it's real estate, 20M. If it's other asset classes that earn me more, then I bring that amount lower because of the return that I'm getting per month. Now, the issue is, now you start asking yourself, between these two assets, or whichever assets that you're looking at, what are the pros and cons? So like, for example, in real estate, If I buy this apartment that we are in today, it's earning me about 5%, let's say, on average, let's say. That is cash flow.
Cash flow.
We have not factored in Israel. We have not factored in capital gains.
True.
Which means, let's not use technical terms.
Yeah.
This apartment, let's say I bought it for what? 2M, 3M?
3M, yes.
3 million here. Next year, it will be worth more than 3M.
True.
Now, it is my value, but it's unrealized. You see, so the value is in the property.
Yeah.
My net worth has increased, therefore I can charge more rent, for example.
Yeah.
So that's a huge benefit for real estate. Because real estate in and of itself, you own that property, generally grows.
Generally grows, yeah.
Now if you have other assets like bonds like you put money in a government bond, the money you put in, I put in 1 million shillings,
Yeah.
I will, at the end of the bond, I get back my 1 million.
1 million shilling.
So here, the real estate is increasing in
It's
value,
increasing in value.
but I'm getting a smaller cash flow, let's say of 5%. On the government bond, I'm getting a higher cash flow,
Yeah.
10 to 15%, but the asset itself, the capital I've put in, doesn't grow. So when I'm investing, I'm making sure that I understand what I'm aiming for, and I make sure that I look to get to the result. That's where the goal comes in. If I don't know what I'm looking for in the future, then I'll select an investment and be wondering, now I put money in real estate, I don't have enough money.
I don't have enough cash.
Because you didn't set the goal correctly.
True.
That's what we're trying to do.
So you've talked about real estate, of course, and other investment classes.
Yeah.
But for someone there who probably is viewing and would like to know where to start exactly.
Yes.
And sometimes you can actually get confused because there's all of these asset classes that you can invest in.
Yes.
How would you bring some order into a person?
Pick one.
Pick one. But you guys talk about
Pick
diversifying
one.
portfolios.
Pick one and start.
Mm.
Because let me tell you this.
Yeah.
If you're starting with a small amount every single day, right? The risk to your life of things going wrong is small. Obviously, pay attention. Listen to some advice. Don't go into it by yourself. But please, pick one. Start. If it doesn't work, pick another one and continue. Here's the thing, you will make some mistakes along the way. Everyone does. There's no one who has had a perfect investment strategy. But those who have become wealthy through consistency in their investments started and were consistent.
Started and were consistent.
That's it. Yeah. And when they made a mistake, they stopped. Like me, I've invested in the stock market now for many years. I have failed. We picked shares that we thought, this is a growth share.
It will work.
You know? I think I can say because it's public knowledge, I don't even have to. We had invested, for example, like in Athi River Mining. It was a growth stock. So you're looking at, because the constructions. They're doing cement, everything like this. So we're like, this must be a good company. And it was for a period of time until they had internal issues with their management. When that happened, the stock price now went down. So we lost out in that investment. Now, does that mean the stock market doesn't work? No. We sold our shares in that and looked for another company to start investing in. And it was that consistency over time that you begin to see the results. So you get better at it as you practice it. The problem for most people is they are waiting for a perfect world before they start. Start! Pick one! Start! If it fails, stop it! Pick another.
Pick another.
Now, as you're starting, take a bit of time, pay attention, listen to the advice that you're being given. But the issue is start. I will give one guidance that I think might be useful. If you are entering the investment world, as you said, sometimes it can be overwhelming. It's like too much is happening. This. Okay. So one of the tools that is very useful is what we call pooled investments. Where, in Kenya, for example, we call them unit trusts. In the US, they're called mutual funds, for example. All it is there's an investment expert who is going to invest in a certain industry or a certain asset class on your behalf. So we all come and give that person the money. Okay? They're the fund manager. They invest on our behalf and we get the returns.
Yes.
That's an excellent place for most people to start. Because why? The cost of entry is very low. So if you're going to the stock market, you can't buy one share of a company. You have to buy a minimum of 100 shares. Okay? So maybe you don't have enough money for 100 shares, but I have 1,000 bob. You can go to a unit trust, put your 1,000 bob this month, 1,000 bob next month. You don't even have to get to that threshold. And this guy who's the fund manager, or this company that's the fund manager, is going out into the world and paying attention to get you the best return they can. Now, pick one and start. Because again, people are going to say, okay, so now, you see, we get so complicated.
Very true.
Here's how to think about it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen guys? In fact, we're in a construction site around here.
Yeah.
Have you ever walked around and looked at these guys here? Some of these guys are jacked. Like,
God.
so how did see many of us are trying to get a six-pack,
exactly.
trying to get muscles to just become a Django. See, that's one way to get there.
Every day you will have it.
I'm serious, yeah.
True.
No,
Yeah.
that's a valid way to be fit. To go and lift these stones and things.
And the bags of cement.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Then you can go to, the local gyms. Where now, in fact, the weights are those cement blocks that have been used.
Yeah.
Have you seen guys going to those gyms? Do they get jacked? Yes.
They do.
Now, there are some exclusive gym clubs where they have saunas, they have all those things and everything where you can go and you can go to that place and get jacked.
True.
So, which one should you choose?
So that a sauna.
No, I'm just saying, if your goal is to get jacked,
Well,
pick one.
Personally, for me, I'd go to the sauna, but
which is
either
fine.
way, yeah.
What I'm saying is, pick one. Pick one for your
and go with it.
Your income level. Obviously, that's what I'm talking about. Because people are like, oh, there are all these different investments out there.
Yeah.
Pick one. If it's within your financial ability, if you're going to start with your 1,000 shillings, you're going to start with your 10, whatever it is, pick one and start. Please, people,
Pick
at the
one.
beginning of the year, start. Because once you get the momentum, even when you make a mistake, you'll be able to say, oh, that's the mistake, but I'm in the habit of already doing, so you replace that with another better habit. But get started now.
Get started.
The one resource, Israel, you cannot get back is time. So start.
Let's pick real estate. For somebody who would want to start investing in real estate. Now we've been specific with our goal, and our goal is clear, and we are sure real estate is what we started. What are some of those things that someone needs to be on the lookout for, specifically in the real estate market?
But real estate is again very broad. True. What real estate means, you can own a plot somewhere, you can buy a unit in a building plan like what we are here, you can buy your own unit, you can build your own. So it really depends what your financial status is. But what you need to do is remember the goal that you have in front of you and now work backwards and say, based on what I'm doing, how do I get there? So for most people, real estate, the issue is getting into it requires a lot of capital. It's a capital intensive. So start with where you are. But don't just buy because everyone is buying. This is so nothing. FOMO. Not even FOMO. I said many people have been told, especially by our parents, you need to own a piece of land somewhere. So what do guys do? They go to their circle, they go to some place where people are selling land, and they buy without thinking. Like I own a piece of land. In fact, there are so many people who own plots they have never even seen with their own eyes. They just have a piece of paper. No, that's not strategic. Now you're just following the crowd. Think, like where we are right now. Just like a short drive off the main road. There's a lot of amenities around here. There's
malls, hospitals,
so many things. So this piece of land is valuable, not because of the size, but because of its proximity to other things. So you begin to think, where am I going to do that? Now, that's a strategic thought around real estate. I am trying to get the best value. Now, maybe I don't have enough cash to buy a piece of land like this. Maybe I don't have. So there are two things you can do. Can you buy somewhere where it is less expensive but still valuable? What do I mean? Like over time, the road is going to come closer to there. I know that's what people talk about.
Yeah.
But it's best to buy it when the road is already there, because then you're going to see that the cost is higher.
Yeah.
Start on a smaller scale with the same thoughts in mind. Or, number two, which is what most people do, myself included, you don't have enough capital today. So one of your goals is to raise the capital to get into real estate.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Start saving and investing in other asset classes, others. So go to the stock market, go to unit trusts, even just your savings account or fixed deposits at the bank. And what you're doing is putting aside money.
Yeah.
What is the aim? I'm going to put aside 5,000 every month. Then next year I'll put aside 10,000. And in 3 years, I'll have raised maybe the 2 million that I need to buy the plot that is going to give me there.
Yeah.
So again, start.
Start.
Even with what you have.
Yeah.
Start. And you'll see the result.
Waithaka, there's this other thing that now comes to me, and that's the topic of debt.
Yeah.
Madeni. Nowadays, seems like there's a new loaning app that's coming out every single day.
It's a good business, I tell you.
It's a really, really good business, and there's also the term, I think it's very widely known now, use other people's money to invest. So, what do you think about this term, basically?
Okay. There's a principle called good debt and bad debt, and it's to understand what it is. Financially, good debt goes towards assets.
Yes.
So if I'm borrowing to purchase an asset that will put money in my pocket, good debt. The problem is that most people now are borrowing to pay for their lifestyle. There's never a return coming.
Clock it. Clock that one.
So I borrowed to buy my car,
which
I drove here. Wait, that car seated outside there is losing me money right now.
Right now.
So I paid more for the car, more than what the car is worth, because I'm paying interest.
Yes.
And the car is worth less today than when I bought it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not an asset. And so if all my borrowing is for things like that, now please guys, I'm not against borrowing for cars.
Yes.
Borrow, but borrow for one you can afford.
Oh yes.
And if you can even be wiser, borrow and buy more than one, so that one car becomes a taxi that pays you and the other one takes you around. The only problem is, you see, that car will be smaller than the one that you want.
Yeah.
But start there.
Start there.
See, it's a car still. Or have other assets that are going to assist you to take care of that car.
Yeah.
The problem is that many of us just borrow for our lives. Now, listen, I know sometimes people are in distress. I know sometimes people are in a hard place. And so borrowing becomes the thing that they need to do just to survive in that next level.
Yeah.
But many times, Israel, that hard place was because I failed to make better decisions in the past. Because I didn't save, I didn't have any savings. When there's a financial shock, when something happens in my life, oops, now I have to borrow in order to survive. But if I had been saving, something comes up, I'm able to use some of my savings to cover that cost. Now, I told you, sometimes, look, listen, tragedy happens in people's lives, and it goes beyond what you can plan for.
Yeah.
But many times, it is because I didn't plan.
Lack of planning.
That's why we said save and invest first, because that saving will make sure that there's some cash available to help you there.
Yeah.
Now, is debt bad in and of itself? No. When I teach about debt, I always tell people debt is like fire. Now, fire is neither good nor bad. Fire helps us cook.
Yeah.
It is how I use an internal combustion engine car, ICE car, and even the electric cars.
Yeah.
Where does the energy come from? There's some oil being burned somewhere that's producing the electricity that's going in there. So fire is helping there.
Very true.
Industry is built on fire. But that same fire, Israel can burn down your house.
That's true.
Debt is like fire. So debt can help multiply if it is used for assets, or it can really tear down your house if all you're living on is loans every time. Because your life becomes even more expensive. Because now you're not paying at the price of the goods and services you're receiving. You're paying the goods and services and interest. So the life of debt is more expensive. But debt in and of itself is not a wrong thing.
So debt should finance an asset.
As much as possible.
That's going to put money, an asset that's going to put
So let me give examples. Let me give an example. Because please understand when I say asset, what I mean.
Yes.
I think some really creative guys around here.
True.
If your life is creativity, and you're going to be online, and you're going to be developing videos and doing stuff, if I see you borrowing for that iPhone that you're holding in your hand, I will not hold it against you.
True.
So long as that iPhone is producing a Instagram, what are they called? What do you do Instagram thing called? Whatever.
It's producing the
a channel or whatever
TikTok
that is paying you back for that. But if that iPhone is just for posing,
WhatsApp and Okora, yes.
You know?
I see that.
If that's what it's for, you have made a mistake. So do you see that the iPhone and the debt are not the wrong thing? It's what is it for? There's no problem. Many young people today are earning a living in this production space.
True.
So to see that person holding a phone worth 200,000 shillings, thumbs up. Why? Because that 200,000, they are making it back every month.
True.
I've seen some of these influencers. Just to see them, to come to your event, you pay them 200,000 shillings.
Very true.
In that first gig, they've already paid back.
So
the phone is an asset to that person. But for me, where my phone is just sitting over there, it's doing nothing for me, just looking, just so that I hold it like this, then everyone can see it. And I borrowed for that? Mistake. So make sure that when you're borrowing, you know what you're doing. As much as possible, use your own cash to do stuff. Borrow when you need for that multiplication in your life.
Wow. Waithaka, maybe just to give you like a practical example, somebody watching this probably has taken a loan or borrowed to do something. And sometimes they are at that particular point where some of that debt, they have used it for an expense that is not necessarily targeted towards an asset that will pay. And now they're navigating and thinking about, okay, what else should I do with this remaining money? Is it advisable for them to find an asset that they would invest in that probably will have...
Oh, they have some money left.
Return?
Okay, as much as you can. Yes, please. I mean, think about it like this. Some, people talk about this microfinance as a problem. It's only a problem because of how people use many of these microfinance and small loan instruments that are there. They're not a bad. So think about it like this. If I'm saying I need to feed my family, okay, I don't have cash. So I go onto my phone and I borrow 2,000 bob. Okay? I take that 2,000, I go to the market and I buy veggies and other things, eggs and whatever. I take those things, I go to the corner in my estate and I sell all those things. See, I borrow 2,000. I sell as much as I can, I make 3,000 to 4,000. Okay? I pay back my loan and I have 1,000 bob to feed the family. Do you see that makes sense? That's where now you're beginning to see the power of debt that's assisting at that small level.
It now becomes good debt.
Multiply that a little bit more. Now you're trying to think, I want to grow my business. So if I was able to get a new machine, I can double our productivity that will allow us to do these things. Good place to take debt because now you've seen there's demand for your product, now you're growing in that same space. But the moment that I take that small loan and I'm just borrowing to pay rent in the house, that's a problem. Now you're in a space where you're in a cycle that is very difficult to break. So what you want to do is to make sure, like the example that you gave, if I borrowed and there's still some money left and I've not used it all, please find something where it can be able to help you.
We're almost at the conclusion of this interview, but one last time that we were actually having this conversation, we were at a very nice rented client space. Today we're right here at Emayian Residences. The development that we were talking about now has actually become a real development. So to somebody out there who's probably doubting and they're still jittery about investing in Emayian Residences, please address those people.
I always tell people, come see for yourself. So as an investor, if you don't understand the investment, stop. Don't. So if you've never been here, you've not gone through the process, don't invest. That's my advice. Because you don't know what the outcome is.
True.
If you're interested in investing, whether it's here or in any other real estate venture that is there, or any, go pay attention, listen to what the process is, get some advice, talk to someone else. Don't just listen even to yourself. Talk to someone else in this industry that who can help you to understand.
Yeah.
Is it a good investment? I pray so over time. And it'll be for you to come and see it for yourself. I believe that's what these showrooms are for.
Exactly.
So you can be able to come and say, hey, I think this might be a good
There's actually a link down below. They can always book for a site visit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come see, say, okay, if this is what I'm interested in, look at the pros and cons, make a decision. My advice around people is don't invest in things you don't understand. And I think that's, take it advice. Even one of the most famous investors in the world, a guy called Warren Buffett. He had a chance to invest in Microsoft. One of his best friends, Mr. Bill Gates, very early on. But he was like, I don't understand it. Me understand Coca-Cola. You put sugar, flavor in water and people buy it. I'm going to invest there.
Yeah.
This software business, I don't get it. So he didn't invest. Does that mean that he's not multi-billionaire by now? No. It's he picked what he understood and he got good at it.
Yeah.
So only invest in the things you understand. But that is not an excuse to remain ignorant.
Yeah.
Come and find out. That's what I would say. My advice to you is if you're interested in investing, come, have a look, talk to the team, and see whether it works for you.
Book a site visit.
Yeah.
Waithaka, this has been a masterclass. You literally are a walking finance encyclopedia. Give us your parting shot.
Start now. Be consistent. Because it may seem like it's small.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story. Last year, 2025, on the Nairobi Securities Exchange, our stock market here in Kenya, people were getting returns of over 50%.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's not... You cannot get that 50% return if you had not started 5-6 years ago, where you've built up enough, where that, let's say you had saved up to 500,000 shillings, you had invested up to 500,000 shillings, in 2025 is when that became $1 million. No, sorry, 50%, it became 750K.
750K, yeah.
Okay? But you had to have already begun. The result is seen at the later end of the curve when we talk about compounding. At the beginning, it seems like nothing. It seems like you're not doing anything. Any endeavor that you have in your life, at the very beginning, feels like it's not going anywhere. I'm a musician. I play the guitar.
Yeah.
When I started playing the guitar, and you're holding those strings, your fingers pain. It sounds so bad. And you play the chord, you even are embarrassed to do it. But you do that every day.
Yeah.
You get blisters on your fingers until your fingers actually literally change. Now my fingers are calloused.
Yes.
So when I'm holding the strings, I don't even feel it anymore. I don't even have to think anymore about what I'm playing.
Yeah.
I can listen to a piece of music and I'll join them in. I'll join in playing without thinking.
Yeah.
But it took hours and hours and hours and months and months and months and years and years and years to get to that point. But once you get there, you see the curve. You're at the end of the curve. Now you're able to learn at a faster pace than everybody
everyone else.
Same thing with investments.
Yeah.
Guys, start 500 bob every month. Be consistent. Next year, make it 1,000. Year after that, do that. When the next time the cycle of the Nairobi Securities Exchange happens where you get another 50% a year, so you'll be ready to gather that.
Yeah.
If you start investing in an off plan, for those who have the money, because there are many executives, people with high salaries in this country who own nothing, take some of that salary of yours and say, in 5 years or in a few months or whatever, however long that project is, I will have a piece of a property.
Yeah.
Start putting some money aside. But the key is start now. I hope that's useful.
That's extremely, extremely useful. Happy New Year, Waithaka.
Happy New Year, man.
I think we've started off 2026 at an extremely high note.
I pray so.
So our financial goals this time, they won't be fading off in March.
No.
They're going to go all the way to December.
No.
Gotta be extremely happy.
In fact,
with
close
it.
your eyes. Don't even look at your portfolio. Just keep putting.
Yeah.
Don't even look. Then in December now, just peep and go back to the habit, because then you'll see.
One of my crew members already with his iPhone now. He's left WhatsApp now. He's trying to
Oh, he was doing content.
Actually,
Oh, that's what he was doing. The selfies on the.
Oh yeah, he was taking selfies. Now he's looking for content that's gonna make him money. Thank you, Waithaka. Thank you for coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Chanza Lifestyle Knowledge Series. For those of you who would like to come and see and witness for yourself this amazing development that we have right here in Rongai, Emayian Residences, please, right down here in the description below, we have a link that's going to give you the opportunity to come and book yourself a site visit. We are here all the time. So book yourself a site visit, come see, come enjoy the property, come and witness the beauty and the magic that is Emayian Residences. We'll see you in the next one. Israel Regadiru for Chanza Lifestyle Series.